All right, so I mean, just the fact that NAFTA and free trade really isolates these countries and forces them to take our business, basically. We're putting these women and children in factories and stuff like that in China. Let's hear what these guys have to say. I mean, I wonder if anybody's going to bring that up, the fact that little kids have to work basically to death. There's no regulations for these very American corporations with child labor laws. They don't have to follow child labor laws with outsourcing all their factories.
We assume Congress has to be a part of any major change in NAFTA or walking away from it. So are you guys already ahead of the game working with Congress, Keith, to say, the president could make a really bad decision here?
Absolutely. The president, and I don't know all the technical details of what has to happen for the United States to exit the NAFTA agreement officially, but I don't believe the president can unilaterally withdraw us. There still is a role for Congress, and so there's still an opportunity for Congress to convince the president that would not be in the nation's best interest. And so we have reached out with two members of the congressional delegation here in Ohio to express our concerns about the direction that the administration sometimes appears to be heading. Senator Portman, in particular, as a former U.S. trade representative, is particularly familiar with the importance of trade to not only Ohio, but to our country.
The importance of trade to the global government agenda.
Because however long this process takes, it's not going to happen tomorrow. So there's still opportunity for folks in Congress to encourage the president to take a different course.
Farmers talking to their Congress.
I don't think he is.
Yeah,
I think you're going to have to kill him.
Clear and far and wide. That's how we're going about this one.
I think Trump knows that you guys are fucking scam artists.
Decision that agriculture needs NAFTA to stay in place. And
It's a total fucking lie.
And our senators,
it degrades Mexican farmland, all the fertilizers and stuff that they had to use. They had to cut down all their forests in Mexico to make more farmland so they could compete with American farmers shipping all that grain down there just at light speed.
Just a business issue. This whole thing goes, there are ripple effects of trade that go throughout the economy.
Yeah, like deforestation in Mexico.
It's not just ours.
Like little Asian kids having to work their fingers to the bone.
And Adam Sharp from Ohio Farm Bureau in one instance.
Oh, and Americans, we can't do the hard jobs, that these people can do. We're idiots.
Did you sell the message?
Well, I think so. I mean,
we need to rely on their oil drills and everything else, and we can't do it ourselves, guys. We've been deindustrialized by NAFTA, so we need NAFTA to continue. See how it cuts us off, and it makes us dependent on it, and it creates its own little web?
So highly integrated into the North American economy, and maybe as well when we spoke to the editor of the Akron Beacon Journal, especially considering the location of the Akron Beacon Journal.
So the idea of going into the editorial board was to get this information not necessarily in the hands of the editorial board, but the people who read the Columbus Dispatch and the Akron Beacon Journal. How important is it that if folks agree with our view that NAFTA is important and should be protected, how important is it that we get the general public to pay close attention to this?
I think it's important, but I also think we need to be realistic. I mean, this is, we've just spent how much time we spent talking about this, and we've only scratched the surface. It's really in the weeds kind of
I love
issue.
realism.
It's perhaps difficult for everybody to really get their hands around how it might impact them directly. But there's certainly a role for everybody because, as Ian has indicated, when you have the integrated supply chains that we have here, that leads to lower costs of products and services that every consumer in Ohio is purchasing on a regular basis. And if we lose that free trade,
little cheap trinkets from China,
free trade,
we need them
we're
so
lose
bad.
some of that same competitiveness, and undoubtedly it's going to result in higher prices that all of us are going to pay.
In 30
See how they threaten you, though? You guys they're the farmers. Remember, they make everything go around in the economy. They're a very integral part to the economy.
Kind of start to grasp it.
We can choose to boycott them.
Trade 101.
Well, that's a tough one.
We can choose to boycott their GMO corn and their GMO soy, like I've been trying to tell you guys to do.
The first chapter would probably give you the the best answer to that question. I mean, he's a New York Times editorial writer now, but he's also a Nobel Prize-winning economist, and that's where I'd first go and look.
All right, well, gentlemen, best of luck in
There was
getting
no
your
phone
message
calls.
out in Washington and across Ohio. And our guests explaining for us today why NAFTA is important in the Buckeye State. Keith Lake of the Ohio Chamber of Commerce, Ian Sheldon of the Ohio State, Tad Nicholson of the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers. Thanks for joining us.
Ohio corn and wheat growers. We're a bunch of fascist New World Order fucking minions.
Project of the Ohio Farm Bureau Federation and is brought to you with the support of Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side.
They're on my side.
Again next week for Town
They didn't have anybody call in either. They skipped out on people calling in. I wonder why. Because we're going to point out all the facts about how NAFTA destroyed this country. All right.